weiß Bescheid.
Entiendo.
Welcome to all Caribbean entrepreneurs. If you've been ready and waiting to take your business digital and get paid online while you sip something strong on the beach, this podcast is for you. We'll hear from the Caribbean's finest entrepreneurs on topics like e-commerce, business development, brand building, social media, their wins and failures. This is the only place in the region helping you navigate the digital age from the Caribbean's perspective. This is Digipreneur FM. And now, let's give it up for the Digiboss himself, Mr. Karan Rose.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Digipreneur FM podcast. And it is your host, Mr. Karan Rose. It is a pleasure to have you with me again. This is episode number 27. My goodness. Folks, how on earth did we reach here? Man, the feedback up to this point, it has just been amazing. And seeing where, the community is growing, where everybody is tuning in from, the conversations that are happening within the community definitely give me, they definitely put a big smile on my face, right? The whole point of the platform is to continue to help Caribbean entrepreneurs build their digital presence and monetize their platforms and grow and tap into the world economy. Because you know what? The economy it's not just about trying to get a sale or build your business within your country anymore. Now we need to focus on how do we take our business, how do we take it online, how do we transform our business to be a borderless business where people can tap into different aspects of our business from anywhere in the world. And every single business has components that you could build that will allow you to participate in the global economy. So even if you are selling a physical product, there are things that you guys can do to take your business online. And I mean, we discuss a myriad of those things throughout the podcast, and we have so much more to come. But today's episode is 6 ways to find relevant content to create. If you are somebody who has sat down and said to yourself, you know what, I want to create content, but I have no idea what to create, then this is going to be an episode for you. So I'm going to give you 6 places where you can go to find content that you are going to be able to take and get inspiration from, and also see what the audience is looking for. And these are going to be 6 places that you can go, get inspiration, get information, and turn that into content for your own business. So let us dive into the episode for today. Now, one of the best things about content is that it's the number one to build thought leadership. It's the number one way to build thought leadership. And, I've said it before in the past, and this is something that I continue to harp on, because the moment people see your business as the leader in the space, you begin to generate opportunities that you might not have had the pleasure of getting before. When people think of who is a leader in any respective space, they're top of mind. They're the first people that people want to go to see, what product or what service they have to solve their issue, or they run to you to get your opinion and approval on something that they are looking to get themselves into. And I mean, again, that's a great space for you to be, right? So your content needs to be relevant in order for people to search for it. Your content needs to be relevant so that people can continue to look at your platform as the leader in the space. Now, how do we go about getting the content that is relevant, right? When we sit down or when I have conversations with people and, I hear, how they go about creating their process, especially in the Caribbean where we don't use a lot of data and we don't really tap into a lot of the tools that can give us data. The majority of Caribbean businesses, from corporate enterprise level right down to the micro businesses, it's really a bunch of people sitting in a room doing a brain dump and putting on the table, what they have heard, what they feel like, their own personal experiences. And the problem with that always is when we are just relying on, our feelings is not data, right? It's not backed by anything. So we need to be wary of only, doing a brain dump when we get into sessions, coming up with content ideas. And we need to find actual sources that can give us good, credible information. All right. So what is, let's get into it. So 6 ways where we can go about finding, where we could go about finding content to get ideas and inspiration to turn into content. So a really, really good platform. And again, this list is in no particular order, but a really good platform to kick off this episode is Quora. Quora is the #1 question and answer website. You can find questions related to your industry and create content around them. This will help you create relevant content and build your thought leadership. People go to Quora only to ask questions and give out their answers. So onlookers can see, if anybody else is having the problems that they're having, and they can see what questions have been asked and look at all of those different answers. Quora is an amazing place to get content ideas because it's real people asking real questions. And because it specializes and it focuses on questions, it's not like social media where when you're scrolling through social media isn't categorized by questions, right? We have to sift through to get proper questions. Somebody might post a question in their feed, but then you got to sift through a lot of the noise to get questions. Quora is focused on questions. So go to Quora, check out questions that people are posting on the platform that are related to your space. You yourself, even if you feel like you might have the answers, what a good thing for you to do, a good practice to do, is to jump on Quora and post your question and see what people's responses are. And again, that's an amazing way to get inspiration to turn that into content. So that is Quora.com. #2. The second way to get content or to get information or inspiration to turn into content, the second way is Google Auto Search. So what I want you to do is go to Google, start typing in a word or a phrase, and look at all of the auto suggestions that come up. That is an easy way to find the questions that are being asked about online. Right? So go to Google. Let's just say your space is you're a breakfast diner and you want to know if people are asking about pancakes. So you want to have an idea as to what types of pancakes that people are looking for in your country, what pancakes are relevant and what pancakes are popular. You could jump on Google and just start typing in pancakes, and you'll be able to see exactly what people in your country have been asking about pancakes. Now, keep in mind that Google, the geolocation on Google is on all the time, right? So it's always going to show you the information in your country first before it ever shows you anything outside of the country. But in Google Auto Suggest, it's always going to show you what is happening in your country when you're using Google Auto Suggest. So for example, I just typed in pancakes, right? Now, this is going to be free information for anybody that is a breakfast diner and wants to know about pancakes, or, you're looking to start a cooking channel. But I typed in pancakes and look at some of this. I'm going to just run through some of the suggestions that came up. So pancakes recipe, pancakes fluffy recipe, pancakes without eggs, easy recipes for pancakes, pancakes without milk, pancakes for one, pancakes and eggs, pancakes without eggs or milk, pancakes without baking powder. Now, all of those are questions about pancakes or queries about pancakes that people in the country of Trinidad and Tobago have been typing into Google. If I'm somebody that is a business owner, and again, I have a breakfast joint and I want to know, what type of pancakes people are looking for, I'm going to do something like this, run it through Google Auto Suggest and see what comes out. So knowing that people are asking about pancakes without eggs, if I have pancakes on the menu, I'm going to ensure that I have I have eggless pancakes on the menu. And I'm going to make sure that when people see the menu, they know that, hey, we do offer pancakes without eggs, because I can see that people are asking about it in the country. Right? If I'm somebody that has a YouTube channel and I showcase breakfast foods, then I'm going to create a video on how to make pancakes without eggs, because I know based on the data that people are searching for it. All right. So Google Auto Suggest is a great way, and it's free, to find ways to create content, right? Run anything through Google Auto Suggest, and it's going to show you what people have been searching for, and then you can turn that information either into content or help with your business strategy. The number three, social media influencers. Now, this is a great way to get relevant content. Follow social media influencers who are in your niche. They don't even have to be in your, they do not have to be in your country. They just need to be in your niche, right? And you want to make sure you get influencers from around the world in your niche, but around the world, so you can monitor the types of conversations that are happening in the chat. So you're going to follow your favorite thought leaders on social media, and then look at the questions that they are getting asked in the comment section. One thing you can do is if you specialize in the space, you could jump on your social media influencers that you follow. You could jump into their comment section, and questions that people are asking in the comments, you can respond to. And that's a great way for you to be able to get traffic back to your platform, answering questions on your social media influencers page, the ones that are in your space. Right? We're not just following any random influencer with the following. You want to be following the thought leaders in your industry around the world. Look through the comments. See the types of questions that they are getting asked. You can take those questions and create content about them. And then you can also answer those questions on their pages. And that way, that's going to be a nice little lead magnet for you to get traffic back to your own platforms. So again, don't just follow the thought leaders that are in your niche, in your country. You want to spread it out so you can see what the global conversation is. Number 4, competitors' content. Follow your top competitors and look for the gaps in the content that they are creating. This is even better because if you have a difference of opinion from your competitors, this is going to be able for you to showcase your standpoint on that particular topic. Now, remember, you're never going to get everybody, right? And your goal when you are creating content and to become a thought leader is to showcase that you have a stance on particular topics. We don't just want to see, all of the same information. Get controversial. Make sure that, when you are looking at your competitors' content, really take a look and see what did these people leave out? And then you jump back with on that same topic, but show information on the things that they kind of left out. Or if you have a difference of opinion, make sure you get that opinion out there. Looking at your competitors' content for the gaps in their content, is an amazing way to set yourself apart from the competition. And it just goes to show that, again, all of your content is going to be relevant to the space, because if you are following your top competitors and you're seeing those gaps and you're making note of that, your content is going to be different from theirs, even if it's on the same topic. But then when onlookers are looking at your content, they're going to see a whole different perspective to the niche in your country. Number 5, Google Alerts. Put keywords into Google Alerts and you will see a list of content surrounding that topic. It's a great place to learn what the top content being created is, which you can then use to generate your own ideas. The great thing about Google Alerts as well is that once you have it set up, anytime new content has been created about that particular keyword that you have entered in a respective country that you set up, you are going to get an email saying, hey, there is a new article online. There's a new article that just went live on Google. This is what it is. This is where it came from. So let's just say if I made a Google alert about pancakes, every time somebody within my country made a post on their website or on Google, Google Alerts is going to pick up stuff that it can grab from the Google platform and Google services, right? So somebody makes a post about pancakes. This restaurant just launched the top 5 pancake recipes, and they made a blog about that on their website. I would get a Google alert showing me that post, and I can look and say, okay, you know what? I can, turn that into video content. I could just straight up turn that into video content with my own flavor, my own twist. But then it's also a great way for you to keep a handle on what is happening within your industry. So set up Google Alerts for particular keywords in your industry, in your space, and every single time content has been created about it, you're going to get that alert, and then you yourself can take those alerts and, again, find the gaps and turn that into content. And finally, number 6. Number 6 is a service called Tweak Your Biz. Tweak Your Biz, B-I-Z. So you could go to Tweak Your Biz, go to the website. You can put in a keyword or a topic around the content idea that you are having. The website will populate a laundry list of ideas, including your topic, with fresh new ideas for you. So you'll get this long list with different topics, different perspectives around your keyword that you would have entered. And again, look through that list and turn that into content. So that is tweakyourbiz.com. So folks, I hope those 6 ways to find content, find information, and find inspiration and turn that into your own content, I hope that was fruitful for you. I hope that gave you some perspective. Let me know in the comments if you are already using any one of these 6 ways, or let me know if one of these 6 ways that we talked about today, let me know if this was something new for you and you are eager to try them out. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with and how these different ways to find content, I can't wait to see how they begin serving you. So folks, that is it from me today on this episode of 6 ways to find content, 6 ways to find relevant content to go about creating for your space. I hope it was fruitful. Please, as always, if you guys want to support the platform, make sure you guys subscribe and like the podcast. If you guys can, I would love for you guys to drop a review. That helps people who are now getting new to the channel when they're checking it out. What is this Digipreneur FM podcast all about? This helps them make that decision to go about listening to the episode. So please, if you can, do me a favor and drop a review. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Karen Rose. I'm Karen Rose on every single social media platform. You guys can always subscribe to the KarenRose.com website if you guys want more assistance on building your digital presence and monetizing your platforms. And then if you guys want to ensure that you are always up to date on everything happening in the world of Digipreneur FM, whether it's new podcast episodes or new live episodes, then definitely check out the digipreneur.fm website and you can subscribe to the email list or the notification list to stay abreast. Folks, that is it from me today. Take care.
You've been listening to the Digiboss, Karan Rose. We hope your notepad was filled after this episode. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. The learning doesn't stop, folks. And to make sure you don't miss any gems from the Digiboss, go over and follow him on all social media platforms at Karan Rose. Folks, don't just sit there with a notepad. We need you to implement at least one thing into your business before the next episode. That's the only way your business levels up. Thanks for listening to Digipreneur FM. Now go be great.